Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, welcome. And today we're going to do another recap with the subscriber where we're going to talk about All Star 6, episode 11, where we have the 5 queens that are left, and we're going to get down to the top 4 queens. So this should be very interesting. Let me know if you guys want to do the next recap with me down in the comment section below. Hashtag recap if you guys want to do that. Also, a huge shout out to my new Patreon members, which I'm going to list right here. Shout outs to you guys, because without you guys, it wouldn't allow me to really deep dive onto my YouTube channel to create even more and better content for you guys, where if you guys aren't following on my Patreon, you're definitely missing out on the full reactions and also watching the full episode of Drag Race US, Drag Race Holland, and Drag Race UK. And give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload, you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into this recap with the subscriber. First and foremost, thank you so much, Mattia, for coming on to my platform to talk to me and Kiki about All-Star 6, episode 11. Thank you so much, babe.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I needed this. I mean, I made that comment and I was just ready. And as soon as I saw it in the morning, I woke up and I saw your comment, your reply, I was like, yeah, it's coming to life. So right? I'm excited.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So let's get straight up into the tea and let's kiki about it. So the first things first to this episode, all the queens come back. Clearly they're wondering who RuPaul picked for the queen to come back for the game within the game. So we see that Eureka was the queen to come back. What did you think about that?
All right. Well, I knew it. I mean, we watched the episode and Silky was killing it. But that last one, I mean, how was she going to win? Because that reveal did not go well. And Eureka's the kind of fighter that she's got to get the last word. She's up there, she's in your face, and she's just going to let you have it. And Eureka just did that. So I saw the end of the episode and I was like, my idea was that Eureka was definitely in, and maybe they were going to do a double, maybe they were going to be like, all right, Silky's back in as well.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine said no, definitely Silky's back in. I don't know about Eureka. And I'm like, you're tripping, because Eureka killed that shit. Right? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So but yeah, I agree with you. Glad Eureka came back in. I will say shout outs to Silky for just killing it that episode. And but if you're basing it just off that, off that performance, definitely Eureka should have came back for sure. So now that they knew what queen is back in the game, we now have 5. We now have 5 queens. RuPaul decides to go into the main challenge, and the main challenge is the monologues. So first queen up is Miss Trinity K. Bonet. What did you think about the monologue?
Yeah, so even we got to see them get ready as well with those guests, and Trinity was she talks fast, just like they said in the prep, in the rehearsal. They were like, just try to slow it down a little bit because you are talking fast.
Yeah.
And when I saw her do it, I thought it was great, because she could have slowed down more. There were just moments where she just missed it a little bit, but I thought she looked great. And at the end of the day, her story was much more interesting than I thought it was going to be. She added the part about how, you saved my life, you're my guardian angel. And then she hit us with the boom. She hit RuPaul with the boom. She said, you're the guardian angel. So I was like, yeah, I was like, all right, you're really trying to save your ass on this one, because she does not want to go home. So she's like, RuPaul, you're my guardian angel. Please don't let me go home. And I feel like it was kind of weird watching her, because she already put it out in the universe that she might go home. And I feel like when that's the case, you should not say anything. Don't put that out there. Don't let them, don't permit them to think that, because then it'll be easier for them to vote you out. Right?
Yes. I mean, I agree with everything that you said. I think that she looks great. I think she presented herself better than what I thought she was gonna do. she kind of held her own. I like that she had peaks and valleys into it. I thought that it was going to be a different story that she gave, and she just twisted it up on us. And then I love the fact that she was literally just giving like RuPaul, like, okay, girl, I'm going to give you all your groses and graces. So, girl, we here. So I liked
Exactly.
all that. And it was a good story. It was definitely impactful. And I loved everything about it. I didn't think she did bad at all. So now, next queen up for the monologue is Miss Kylie Sonique Love. What did you think?
Kylie is a doll, really. Like, just like she's so cute. Like looking at her face, I'm like, I just really want to listen to you. I just loved it. Little look in her eyes, and she made me feel like there's so many stories. There's so many untold stories of these people that like their lives must be so interesting, and like things that they've lived through. That a lot of the times we just see them like if you go to the club, you just see them lip sync a song, right? But like it's really when I saw Kylie's, I felt like it was like a movie. I felt like we need like Coyote Ugly with drag queens or something. Like I felt like her storytelling gave me like, which is what's happening. I mean, we even with Pose and different shows, like you start seeing these stories. But it was really cool that this challenge, which theater geeks know, vagina monologues,
Yes.
right? Cunt monologues,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which some people might not even have an idea that's where it
Yeah.
comes from. But I felt like her story was great. It was like it gave me movie vibes. I wanted to watch the movie. I wanted to see her like grow into a superstar, which she has. And I feel like it was good that she sat down. Someone said like you should have been up in our face. No, I think it was good that she sat down because it made her different. Her approach was different. It was more sincere, maybe. And at the end of it, you just wanted to sit there beside her and look at her in the eyes because she's really cute. I mean, let's just say it. Yeah. So I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. You nailed everything that I was gonna say. Everything that you said, I co-sign, I agree with. And there's nothing left for me to say about that because she is a star and she did fucking amazing. And I loved every bit of it for sure, hands down. Love the story. So now next queen is Miss Raja O'Hara. What did you think about the monologue?
So I wrote down this. So I have a friend who thinks Raja shouldn't win or like isn't winning material. And I'm looking at him like, you're crazy. I know. I'm like, you're crazy. I'm like, the shade. I'm like, but whatever. You can have your opinion. It's fine. But then I just show him videos of Raja. I'm like, don't you see what she's doing? She kills it. But I love her confessionals. And when she went into the rehearsal, she's like, look, it's the lost Jackson brothers, Axel and Jermaine. And I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
So she kills me. She kills me with the confessionals. And like I was saying, like these are your stories. So I felt like she was kind of like, I don't know if it's because she's a dancer, but like she was really caught up in memorizing these lines and like knowing what she was gonna say. And I was like, don't look at them for validation. They don't know your story. It's your story, right? So just if you have to have more confidence in your story. But and she stumbled for a second. But I think the good thing with her and a lot of the queens, but she has a lot of physical comedy. So she was using her body with the little rabbit tail, her little hand. She's got little sounds to make it like rhythmical and fun and upbeat. And at the end, she was like, thank you. And she just went away. So it was smooth. It was like, all right, there was a little train wreck, but you really made it happen after you picked it up. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with all of that that you said as well. I will just add on, not many queens can fumble like that and pick it up and keep going. And she did that. That's what you call an entertainer. That's what you call a professional. So I think that, first of all, to your friend, I think she's definitely, winner, material. She definitely could be. But everyone has an opinion. It is what it is. But and I think this is a great top 5, and yeah, I think that she fumbled. She picked it on up. She looked amazing. I felt like it was rehearsed. I felt like it was like not, even though it was her story, I think that felt like she was reading somebody else's story. You know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like, okay, I get it. And I loved the story. I did like it. I enjoyed it. Like it was fun. It was funny, and it was cool. But to me, I think that she wasn't the best out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she was the best out of all of them.
I mean, her message at the end of it was really light. She said, what did she say? She said, don't use masking tape for your tuck.
Tuck.
And if you do, keep it right, keep it tight, and keep the show going. I was like, all right, is that your
Okay.
monologue? All
Right.
right.
You know,
It
it was
was cute. All right.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was cute, but it wasn't like impactful how the other queens were, which, you know, which isn't a bad thing, but it was like if you're trying to fight for the top four, I think that you should put a little bit more into it. But
Emotion. Yeah.
moving on to the next queen, we're gonna go into Ginger Minge. What did you think about her monologue?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about Ginger after as well, towards the end of the episode. But uh, she, are you a fan of Ginger? Do you like Ginger?
I mean, I like all of the queens. I want at this point now, now that we know how it ended, I want Kylie to win. But you know,
Mm,
yeah.
okay. I think Ginger's amazing. First of all, she's already won a lot of money. So
Yeah,
I would be
exactly.
thinking about that when it comes to voting. But anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Right.
And she's great at what she does. And I feel like she's already such a seasoned performer that like it's kind of hard for her to like mix it up and make it a bit more modern. And like I feel like when she talks, it's kind of like spoken word or it's kind of like freestyle rap. It's kind of like she's got her way of expressing herself and it's from all these like old school theater things that she's got. And it's like it's going to be hard to get her to if I feel like she talks like that on the regular, like if you're
It
with her
is.
and she wants to talk to you about something, yeah, she's just always a bit theatrical and as if she's on a stage. So I feel like at a certain point you kind of got to like accept what she is, which evidently that's what she is. And I think it was great. I saw the pit stop and they talked about how like her shoes were showing the whole time. So
Didn't
when she
affect
was like,
it. Was it?
yeah, it, and also like how short is she? She's really short. So I was like, how did you get the dress that just like goes all the way down? Right. So I think it was really cute. I think it was great as expected. But at the same time, I feel like we just want something unexpected. We already know that you're great at doing that. But can't you like do something completely radically different, just a little bit? So that's what I felt from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now finally we disagree on something. So not disagree,
Mhm.
we see it differently. So with me with Ginger, we all know coming into this and we see what the challenge was that everyone knew that she was going to kill this, right? Everyone knew this is Ginger's niche. This is Ginger's thing. This is what she does. Perfect. Now, with that being said, she did do perfect. And it was too perfect. It was so
Mhm.
polished, so clean, so effortless. It was to the point of it it gave you TED Talks tease. You know what I'm saying? It gave you TED Talks. Like, you know, it gave you very much that. It was like, okay, it was so scripted, so perfect. So the way she transitioned into things, it was so right. But it was like sometimes we gravitate to queens that aren't so polished, and we gravitate to queens that are most vulnerable and that you see the imperfections in someone, you know. And I think that this is the case in this situation where we're like, okay girl, we clearly know it's perfect, like, okay, can you just kind of be a little vulnerable and fuck up a little bit? Like, we want to see you go, oh wait, you know, we want to see you go, okay wait, fuck, you know. And it was one of those situations. I enjoyed the story. I think everyone a part of the LGBTQIA community can kind of relate to this, where it'd be like, you know, dibble dabbling your mom's or father's stuff, or, you know, whatever, being caught, you're not supposed to be doing something by your parents. And then eventually, well, luckily she had a good end of the story. A lot of people don't, you know, but I enjoyed it. It was good. She did great. I will say, with you saying that you wish that she would have done something different, but I feel like at this point of the competition, don't
You
try to
shouldn't.
don't try to fix what's not broken. I'd be like, bitch, do what you're good at. Do what this is what the assignment is for. Stick to it. And I enjoyed it. I liked it. I think she looked good too. And I mean, yeah, I can't complain with it.
Ginger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Ginger.
It's Ginger.
So now, next queen we're going to talk about is Eureka's monologue.
Um Eureka. So Playboy look, that was hot. I just wrote hot And I felt like I'm so glad they brought it up after. I don't know if we'll talk about like the judges' comments after, but I got something to say about that. But Eureka, during the prep, she's always got a problem. She like sometimes she's just a bit too. She thinks she's already big. Eureka's huge, right?
Yeah.
Eureka's huge. She's got a huge personality, a huge heart. She says what she means. So it's when she puts on the extra layer of poop, a crap, shit. It's kind of like
No
you
pun
don't need that,
intended.
girl. Like right? No pun intended. She doesn't need more shit, right? Unless she likes that, but
Right.
but it's like I felt like she hit it on the nail when she said in the confessional. She's like, I just got to remember that I got to do Eureka like Eureka does Eureka, and that's going back to like your inner kid, like don't think you got to be so like extra to impress, but just go with the essence of the story. And I feel like her like little changes of vocabulary from like the prep to like when she actually did it was key, because if she did it a bit more like dirty, nasty, it would not. We've seen that before, and it did not go well. But it was just like it was the message. It was the shitty kitty with the title. Perfect. Everything just got me smiling. And I was like, I think she won. And that moment, that's like when you watch an episode and you're going crazy because you're like, she just came back. She's killing it. I think she won. And you get that feeling of like, I think she just killed it. Did you think the same thing?
Yes, I think that ultimately it was fun, it was funny. She captivated me from the first sentence of her monologue, from the title of the monologue. Like it was just something where I'm like, okay, to I'm here to see what she has to say. And I felt like she was talking to me like I was talking to my friend. She was my friend at that point, so I was just like, okay, girl, I'm here for it. We're kikiing together. And she was telling me just one of my friend's stories that happened to her. So I felt like I was connecting with her on that level, and I was having fun with her, which is the most important thing when you're doing like a show, right? So I enjoyed it. Her look was amazing. One thing about Eureka, which I will always say about Eureka knows her fucking body. Eureka knows how to proportion
Right.
herself. She knows how to pad herself. She knows how what is and what isn't going to look good on Eureka, and she's always going to look good. And for her to be, you know what? I don't even want to say that, because I was going to say for her to be a big girl. No, fuck that. She's just good. You know what I'm saying? Like she is just good, and I enjoy it. Even though she's a loud personality, people either hate her, people either love her. There's really no gray area with Eureka. And I'm just one person that just loves her. I mean, I can't go wrong with it. Yes, everyone fucks up. Yes, everyone, probably has said something crazy in the past, but with this cancel culture going on, it's just like, you have to give a person um just some leeway, some chance to prove that maybe they changed, so I think that she's grown as an entertainer, she's grown as a performer, she's grown as a person. I believe, she's more understanding, she's knowledgeable, she's just, I don't know, I enjoyed Eureka this season. I just as well as I enjoyed Trinity's growth. Hell, all of them,
Yeah.
Raja's too.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Raja, right?
Raja's, Kylie's, this was a fucking phenomenal season. This was a great season. And this is probably the best AllStars, because you just didn't know who was going to you still really don't know who's going to take the crown. You just don't know.
If I can, I just knew Jan wasn't going to win.
Okay, you know what, girl, me too.
Right, I mean, that's what we knew, that one, right? Yeah.
But I mean, Jan is Jan, but it is what it was. So now moving on, we're going to go with the fashion runway looks, which is the fashion fails.
Mm-hmm.
First queen up is Miss Trinity K. Bonet. What did you think?
Yeah, so she looked beautiful, didn't she? I love the color. I love the way these gloves, like I don't even know what those are called, but like the puff at the end.
Mm-hmm.
She looked beautiful. I like the earrings. I don't know why, but like everyone usually says like when they have a necklace, they're like, I wish she didn't have the necklace. And when they don't have a necklace, I wish she had a necklace. But I just felt like her chest and like her shoulders were just like a bit like naked, which I think like, well, when she turned around, it was great. But like I just felt like something there would have been, or some I don't know, something sparkly up top of there.
Mm-hmm.
But her hair was amazing. Was it a fashion film? Not really. It was she killed the fashion. So I mean, I get it. But yeah, I thought it was just nothing to rock my socks, but I thought she looked amazing as always. And like I said, I just feel like it just needed a little something to make it a bit elevated. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as for me with this look that Trinity brought was, I think Trinity is a classic when she's presenting a look. I think she's gonna go. She's classic drag, right? Like she's very much continental pageantry. She's that
Mhm.
type of girl, and so this look was updated classic drag a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I see where she was going with the big updo pageantry hair, with the pageantry style dress, the mermaid fishtail gown. Like, I get it with the sleeves. I loved all of that, the color pattern. She looked absolutely gorgeous in the face. Makeup was perfect. I think that she did what she needed to do for this fashion fail look because uh, well, I don't know if you know, but like sometimes like when girls get into a dress or girls get into some ensemble, sometimes their zippers break, sometimes their zippers just don't go up, or sometimes something goes awry with the zipper. And this was her rendition of a fashion fail. And I think I enjoyed it. Now, as far as the comment that you said about like the neck and feel like it was more that she needed more, I think that she did quite fine. Because it was such drag earrings. And I know that from the pictures, you can't really see that,
Because it
but
goes with the background.
right,
Yeah.
but in person and when you're seeing it on movement, you can see everything. And then if it was too much, I'm a fan is less is more anyway. So
Hmm.
but it can take that with a grain of salt because we're talking about drag race here. So that's every day. I think less is more, but when you're on a stage, more is probably better. But with this look, I was fine with it. I think Trinity killed it. I think she did amazing, and she looked gorgeous while doing it. Now, next queen is Miss Kylie Sonique Love. What did you think?
I thought it was cute. Kind of sexy, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
right? Kind of like a little, but I think it was great. I love how it's fun. The hat's cute. She looks great. Her legs are amazing. She kills it in the walk. I don't know what those are on her feet, but they look cool. And
Mhm.
and I'm not a fashion guy myself, as you could tell. But I just thought I just thought it could have been like I loved how she took the corn dog out of
Skirt.
her area, and I love how she bit it. And she bit it, and I saw the continuity. I saw she had another one after, so you saw
Yeah.
like it was she
Yeah.
too, yeah. But also, I was wondering how she got that corn dog. That's my question. How did she get that corn dog cooked? When did she ask production, and how that was what I was thinking during her walk.
That's a good fucking point. You're right. That's interesting. You're right. But
Kind of giving me like sexy, like Tina Burner, but not Tina Burner, McDonald's vibes, right? So.
funny. That is funny. Now, as far as for me with Kylie's look, okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I want Kylie to win. At this point, I want Kylie to win now that Trinity is gone. I want Kylie to win
Hmm.
because it was either Kylie or Trinity. I want to take it. So now that Trinity isn't there no more, I want Kylie to win this crown. So, but I have to always be honest and I have to always give a like real deal reaction and thought about it, right? So
Hmm.
and I don't want to be biased. So I didn't think that this was the strongest look in the fashion runway. If anything, I think that Kylie didn't nail it. You know what I'm saying? I think that she did what she needed to do for the category, but when it was compared to the other queens, I don't think that she was top bar. I think she was probably the fifth queen in placement with the looks. So I get it, everyone gets food on themselves or drop something on their clothes. I get the fashion fail. I get the fun continuity of it, the hot dog on a stick is like iconic American franchise. I totally get it. but it would compared to the other queens, I'm not going to give this a high bar. But if it was just individually, just looking at her look, I'm like, oh, it's a cute look, it's fun, it's flirty, it's cute. The hot dog coming out of her skirt, biting it, yes, and then come out with another one. She had props, it was cute, whatever. But it was my least favorite out of all of them. But she looks amazing, so shout outs to you, Miss Kylie. So
Hmm.
now we're going to get into the next queen, which is Miss Raja O'Hara. What did you think?
Also, thanks for not being biased. That's key, right? I
Right,
mean, we'll see who wins, and
right.
also we'll talk about winning after. But Trinity, but Raja killed it. I mean, like you said, superstar. That leg is an all-star. The way she came out, the way she was acting, the way she played it up. Like I love her on stage, and I feel like she's got like this really kind of dainty, kind of cute, big-eyed, kind of bring me
Mhm.
back like to Diana Ross. Gives me this really nice. I love her beauty really, and like how she's so confident with it nowadays. And she prayed on it. She's like, I'm not going home. And she knew, her story wasn't the best, but her look was amazing. And she was like, I'm not going home. And I think the color is amazing. I love how the hair goes into the lips, goes into the whole look. And I'm just not sure if the same friend who's crazy, who doesn't think she's gonna win, is that purple? That's not purple, right?
No, it's like a fuchsia.
It's like a fuchsia. It's like more like a pink, right?
Like a
Exactly.
fuchsia pinkish.
So
It's
yeah. So
between those colors. Yeah.
yeah. So people might say she always wears purple, but that's false. But I think she looks amazing. And she said it in front of the judges. I made everything that I wear every week on the runway. And when she said that, like I saw her little jaw moving a little bit. She's like, this is my moment to say it,
Mhm.
because Rue doesn't even know. But that's props to her. Big shout out to Raja because like she should be proud. She makes everything that she wears. And that's a lot in this competition. So I thought she looked amazing. What do you think?
Yeah. As far as for me, I think that she killed this look. From the second she turned the corner and we seen her on the stage, she was in character, she was fun. Everyone, every girl, I would think, and probably even some guys, like they've had an element of their ensemble falling off or doesn't necessarily go all the way around or some malfunction within getting into it, right? So I enjoyed it. I loved her hair. I loved her makeup. I loved the ensemble. And thank you for mentioning again that she made all of her costumes ensembles on the
Yes.
show. That's amazing. That is amazing. And when that falls in the line of talent,
Mhm.
when it comes to charisma, uniqueness,
And mhm.
talent, because I don't understand why queens even get on the show when they never even know how to sew an ensemble, but I digress with that. But she looked amazing. She was there. She kind of definitely made up for her part when she kind of didn't do as well in the main challenge. This kind of helped her out a lot. I love the look and she looks stunning in it. So I couldn't complain about it. And yeah, she's definitely a strong contender in this competition. So now we're going to move on to Miss Ginger Minge. What did you think?
Also, you threw shade at Jiggly. Mad.
What?
I don't know how people who can't make an outfit get on the
Oh
show.
yeah.
Jiggly,
I mean,
right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a couple years. She should have, but it's whatever. She's
Yeah.
fine. Ginger. Pure ginger style, right? And the fact is, like, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I went to school for theater. I'm a theater kid, but I don't know what it is about this whole, like, I love her, but her just, her style is a bit it's a bit hairspray for me,
Yeah,
and I
it
love
is.
hairspray,
It
but
is
like
handsome.
it's very, and she kills it. She killed it with the marks. I love, like, it's not, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not my personal favorite, but I think she kills it at what she does, up to the details with the burn marks. Her hair looks amazing, very hairspray, like I just said. Yeah, very
Mhm.
hairspray. And I'm always going to remember that face that she does with those eyes. Like she literally does that a
Yeah.
lot, and it's like her trademark. And I think she looked cute, very like housewife from like I don't know what era, but yeah, I thought it was cute. Looks beautiful. Not much else to say really about her look. What do you think?
Yeah. Now, as far as for me, I will say that I, I, I don't even know how to explain this. And you,
I thought you were like, yeah.
no, 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 no.
I was like, shit.
I know, I know. I'm probably gonna surprise you. This is probably one of my favorite looks out of the five. I know, I know, I know. The only reason why is because it's not different. I mean, from what we expect her to bring, but what she brings is always A1. So as long as if it wasn't below A1, I feel like this is still a good look, right? She was
Yeah.
in character, which I absolutely loved. From the second she came out, she was in character from, her hair burning off from the curling iron, from her putting it on her hand, freaking out, her making a fool out of herself, because let's be real, drag race is all about making a fool out of yourself. It's not about being beautiful. It's not about being stunning. It's not about what you look like. It's literally about all the other elements that usually queens don't have, because everybody is always trying to look for the most gorgeous, passable, feminine, cunty queen, when realistically, the queens that we love the most are the ones that probably physically don't look like what society deems as gorgeous anyway. So, I enjoyed her. I love the look. It's a very, like you said, the era is 60s mom. Like I get it. It's the style, cut, color, everything, her hair, her makeup. I just enjoyed it. I think that she killed it this episode. I think she really did good. So, now we're going to go on to the next queen, which is Miss Eureka.
Eureka. So she was giving me like Disney character. I felt she was like I don't know. I look at her and I feel like she's like someone from like she's kind of
Elsa.
like the yeah, or like the bad witch from Under the Sea from like
Ursula.
Little Mermaid or something. Yeah, Ursula. She's giving me something, right? And but so I didn't really get the fashion fail. Was the fashion fail that she spilled something on herself? And oh, no, it was coming out of the washroom or something, right? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's what
like,
it was.
everyone always, men and women, they perspire, they sweat. So you clearly see the sweat stains, or you see, like, when girls go into the restroom and they kind of pull up their pants or jeans or panties, and it could be stuck
And the
on,
toilet
the
paper.
toilet paper. It was
Yeah.
all of those mishaps. She didn't just do one thing. It was literally a multiple fails in one. So I enjoyed it. I mean, go ahead. You can go because
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're gonna take it in a sec, but I enjoyed it. I think she looked great. I think, you know, I forget, but I remember her saying, I think I wrote it down, but she was talking about the story that she was trying to say. Um, as the fashion fail, but she just walked like she always walks. And that's the thing with the Eureka sometimes. I'm like, as much as she says she's doing something, she always does Eureka as well. Like when she did Madonna, and then all of a sudden Madonna was doing like kicks in the air. I was like, that's not Madonna.
Madonna, right?
So right. But I think she looked great. I love the little hair at the beginning. I think without that, it would have been even less dynamic. But that little take off the hair at the beginning, that was great. And she's just such a presence that I feel like if I was there and I just saw her walk, it would just kill me. Like I think she just kills it every time she's on the runway, and that's key.
Yeah.
And I think the color's nice. And I was looking at the material up front, like up close. I don't know if I really liked it, but it looked cute, nice color. I think it could have been another color maybe, but I think it looked nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Eureka. Like I said a little earlier, I think she had three mishaps in one challenge. I think that she showed her ass. I think she was in character. I think she looked good in the face. I think her wig was great. It added on to her costume, and I enjoyed her. I think she did good this episode with the fashion, with both of the elements, the main challenge and the fashion runway. So but yeah, nothing really bad to say about Eureka. It was not my favorite, but it wasn't the worst. So it was what it was. Then we're going to go into All the Girls Are Backstage. We are going to go and talk about how Trinity felt emotional. She felt like she made it this far. And like you said earlier, she was like in her
Yeah.
midst already of what's about to happen to her. So what did you think about that?
Well, the sad thing is that like before this episode, like if you were asking me who do you think's gonna win? Like all my friends been asking me, who do you think's gonna win? And I'm like, I think Trinity's gonna win. I think
Right.
Trinity's gonna win.
Yeah.
I think Trinity's gonna win. So I feel for her. You know what I'm saying? I really do. It's not that she's not. I think her episode that she's having is completely legit and genuine because it's so true. You know, sometimes you see a drag queen cry or like you're like, I don't know what you're. Sometimes it's not like really believable, but like I completely felt for her because it's true what she's saying. And the thing is, these girls, they don't want her to be there because if she's
Mhm.
there, she might win.
Yeah.
And they're just going by this track worker thing. And I feel like it's so stupid and it's not fair because how many challenges, how many episodes have we done thus far? Like everyone's already been in the bottom enough. We should all like, we're the top 5, we're the top 4. It should be like more, maybe switch it up a little bit, not think about like all, no, we're all still here. We all still survived. So I feel like it sucks. And I feel like when, if I can talk about this, but I feel like when Eureka was talking to the different girls,
To Raja,
and
to Ginger, especially.
to Ginger, when she said, how about if I send you home? Oh my God. I started screaming at that point in my room by
I
myself. I was
did.
like, this is
I did.
crazy.
I said,
And
yeah.
I wanted her. I was like, yes, bitch. I was like, send her home and tell it to her face. That's what I was hoping for. I was like, yes, because Ginger, I feel like that's what I would have done if I was there, to be honest with you. So I feel bad for Trinity and I feel like it's true, but I feel like it's not fair. And I feel like her story and her look were amazing. So it's like at this point, it really just is 5 amazing drag queens and it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Now as far as the girls talking in the back and Trinity feeling the way she felt, I totally get it. She made it this far. She was pretty much the top 4 already before this episode happened. And all of a sudden this whirlwind happens. It's like, damn, I get it. Her being sad and emotional. And it really tugged at my heartstrings because I did want her to at least make it to the top 4, or season finale of it, So I get it. I understood it. But though the cards in AllStars we're never knowing, so we don't know what curveball is going to get thrown at you. And this is a part of the game. This is why we like AllStars, right? So it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
if you aren't at the top of the list, you're fucking dead, pretty much. You're a target. So I get it. Those are the way the cards were played. Now, as far as for me, I wouldn't have admitted to being defeated. Let's be clear. I would have been in my zone. I would have been trying to rally up the crew to get rid of Ginger. I would have said, okay, girl, listen, this is the end of the road. There's not going to be any more of these situations going on. So let's knock out the girl that we think is the biggest competition. And I believe and you believe that it's Ginger. So let's get rid of her. So I was just like, okay, girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been like, let's just keep it real, because at the end of the day, they're not going to I don't believe that they're going to have this situation anymore. It's one more episode left, So it's literally like, bitch, let's strategize at this point, like, girl, I would
She
have.
should have been like, yo, Eureka, if you want to be my husband after, just fucking
Right.
vote off Ginger.
I would have said, girl, listen, let's be clear. But at the end of the day, the girl still wanted to play by the rule of, scorecard, whatever. I get it. But, it is what it was. That's how girls like to play. And it is, unfortunately, they were going to get rid of Trinity because Trinity was the queen to mention in the beginning of the episode that, if I don't do good, I'm pretty much the queen that has the most bottoms, so if I don't win, I'm going to be the queen to get, be sent home. And if Eureka wins, I'm definitely going to be the queen to get sent home because everyone else doesn't have as many bottoms. So, I mean, ultimately, I think she did set herself up to go home, and she, she put it in the atmosphere. So it was more prone for the queens to be like, girl, I feel bad. I don't want to do this, but it's okay since we already talked. Yeah, what I'm
She
saying? Like,
knows. Yeah.
right? So it was what it was, and I enjoyed thoroughly, Miss Eureka, when you told Ginger, how about I just send you home? And bitch, and if you would have sent her, Miss Ginger home, I would have got at that point, I would have said, fuck Kylie. I want Eureka to win because I would have said, bitch, Miss Eureka is playing no games. And I mean, it didn't happen, but it is what it was. So now that the queens are back going into the main stage, um RuPaul decides to choose a winner, and the winner of the episode was Miss Eureka. Eureka wins this episode. What did you think? Did you agree with the winner?
Yeah, I mean, I also wanted to say during the judging and the comments,
Mm-hmm.
I never, so I was like, I'm gonna do a recap. So let me listen to what they're saying. And you know what I noticed that I didn't really notice before, and I should have noticed before? Michelle is kind of a nice, interesting person. I mean, her comments are pretty dope. So if you go back to the episode, Michelle's the only one who says anything about like the great messages of the stories. Like she says to Kylie, she's like, I hope she's like I said, what did I say? I said, okay, Mother Teresa, Michelle Madonna. She said, I accepting mother and fathers. I wish for every gay child that they could have a moment like that for Ginger's story.
Yeah.
And then she also talked about like it's so sad that Kylie's parents wanted to butcher her up, you
Yeah.
know. So I feel like when it the other guys, if you listen to their comments, like Carson was just like they were more like just looking at how they were executing it and not really like taking these stories
Yeah.
with heart and like with actual weight, like personal weight. So I think it's dope that Michelle like actually gives them a second to actually be like, beautiful story. Thanks for sharing that. And I
Yeah.
think that's key. And then, yeah, for me, Eureka won it. And I wanted Eureka to win. And I think like those editors, those producers, when they saw this episode happening, they're like, we got this. Because she comes back, she kills it, and then she's the winner. And she never got the lip sync. Well, we saw her lip sync against Silky, but we know she kills it. So I was definitely, her comments were so short. She was the last one. And it was like, I knew she won. You thought the same thing, right?
Yeah. As far as for me, I didn't think that she was gonna win. I thought Ginger was gonna win this episode, but for me, I was the most happy. Oh, because it was sucks because it was a double-edged sword because I knew that if Eureka won, Trinity would go home, and I'm like, oh my god. But
Yeah.
my first original reaction was I was so happy. I was like, I guess because I just love the fact that queens can prove to themselves and to people that are watching that, no matter what odds are against you, you can still make it. And then this was her story. Like, she was down and out for the count and people counted her out and she's back and on top. Like, I lived for that. So I was just like, I was so happy to see that and how she was so emotional and vulnerable the past two episodes. I was like, oh, I love that. So I'm like, okay. So I was happy to see that she won. So
Yeah.
now that it's determined that Eureka won this episode, we are now introduced to the lip sync assassin of the episode, which happened to be Miss Jada Essence Hall. What did you think about how she looked?
She looked amazing. She
Yeah.
was giving me like Destiny's Child music video kind of vibes, bootylicious.
Yeah.
Um
Right? Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, her I love it. I love like the forms it's giving me. It makes her body look interesting, especially when she moves. And like I think it's just like a great look, great colors really that just make her pop. And she looks, I mean, her face is beat. She looks amazing.
Yeah, she does.
And she should not look any less amazing because she fucking won that money. And I don't know how many. I don't know how much of that was taxes, but she looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was happy to see her finally. Like, no offense, but no, I think all the invited, not all of them, but like this season, like some of the invited lip syncers, I was like, I cool. But Jada, I'm totally down to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I co-sign everything you said. I think she looks amazing. She looked great. I love the color pattern. Her mug is stamped. Her hair was great. Like, I mean, I enjoy seeing Jada on stage because I'm a person that enjoys seeing Jada. I like Jada. I was rooting for her, so her season. So now that we know that Jada is the lip sync assassin, we are going to go into what you think about the lip sync in itself for the legacy.
Yeah. Well, what a song, right? What was that,
Right.
Little Richard? Yeah. I think as soon as the song started, I was like, what's gonna happen? I wasn't sure. I was not sure. I was not sure. I was not sure. But I was like, Eureka. Also, when I saw Eureka, I started laughing when I first saw Eureka in that clown outfit when she like before she goes to the stage and you see her for a
Right.
second. I just started laughing. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, and I was so glad that there was a reveal because I was
Yeah.
like, what is she doing? So
Yeah.
that reveal was needed,
Yeah.
right? And to take off that nose, I was like, please don't do this in a whole clown nose the whole time.
Yeah.
So I thought she killed it. She looks amazing. The thing with Eureka, I don't know how tall she is, but she is big, a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
person. So
She is.
and she could dance, she can move, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's really hard to beat her because she is a presence. So when I was watching the lip sync, I thought Jada was killing it, funny. Jada's like probably a third of her size, right?
Yeah.
But Eureka doesn't give you a look. She doesn't give you time. She doesn't give you spotlight if you're her competitor during a battle. You know,
Mhm.
so that made me really look at her the whole time. And I guess to the end of it, you know, at the end of the song, there's like a snare. Like I feel like the song ends on a boom and then boom, another one. And Jada went on the first one, but Eureka does three more spins and then ends on the very last note. And I'm like, there you fucking go. She's not gonna let you get the last one. So she's using all of her time to really show
Yeah.
that she wants the last word. So I thought she killed it. And I thought she won, really. What'd you think?
Yeah. As far as for me, I enjoyed both of the performances. I think that they kind of give a little something different, you know. I think Jada was in character, in the mode. She was definitely giving the artist, you know, she was giving, you know, all of what she needed to give. I enjoyed it. I just felt like Eureka from the edit, let's be clear, from the edit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't necessarily really know what really went down on the stage. We're going by just what the edit is giving us. And from the edit, they gave Eureka a better look. So I think
Yeah.
that Eureka nailed it. I loved her tear off. I loved the fact that she came in the clown outfit and then she transformed it into a bodysuit, which I enjoyed, so she can move more and really get in. Um and ultimately, I just think that she did good. She killed it. I think she definitely did better than Jada from the edit. From the edit. So that's what I think. So now that it is time to pick a winner after the lip sync for their legacy, RuPaul says that Jada is the winner. And then she immediately, right after, says that there are two winners of the lip sync. So, first of all, what did you think about that?
Yeah. Well, I think it was like Eureka and Jada.
Hmm.
You are both winners, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I just thought, Jada won, so they didn't want her to lose. That's probably what it was. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's kind of like
Yeah.
winners loyalty. You know what I'm saying? So, but she did kill it. She did kill it. But Eureka, it's just like I said before. She just got this presence, and she's just, if you're gonna compare, she was killing it. So I think it both in their own rights they killed it. But at the end of the day, I think RuPaul was just being shady because she was like, let's see if they send two of these people home.
Right. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I don't think that she was going to allow one of her recent reigning queens to not win a lip sync. And I think that she just did that just to make good TV, which it was good TV. And I don't know. I felt like Rue already knew who was in the lipsticks because let's be clear, this is her show. She knows everything what's going on.
Yeah.
So knowing that
Mhm.
she knows that there's only one queen in there, so she was like, "Okay, girl, let's make them both the winners." You know, like because I don't want to not say that Jada didn't win, so I could just make it spicy and do that. But at the end of the day, um, it was good TV and I enjoyed it. It was whatever, but I wish that Eureka would have had that win just to herself, you know. But it was what it was. Now that there are two winners, Jada reveals that the queens that are in the competition chose Miss Trinity, and that Eureka also chose Trinity. So what did you think?
But wait, like there was like time stopped for a second for me. Like when they
Yeah.
showed Trinity, the group, that's when time stopped for me. I took out my phone recorder, I took out my voice recorder, and I wanted to like record I was like screaming. I was screaming because I was like,
Yes.
I really thought Eureka was about to send Ginger home. And I was just dying. I was like, please do it, please do it, please do it. And I was living. It was like the highest high that I felt for a while watching the show. Not really, but just this episode. And I just really thought it was gonna happen. My dreams were gonna come true, and she was gonna fucking send Ginger home. I love Ginger, but it's just TV, right?
Right.
But then, dun dun dun, she sent home Trinity.
I know.
So, yeah, that was kind of like, okay, cool. And it's so weird that's just Eureka's in, Trinity's out, and they're back to the top four. And Trinity, and it just left me feeling like lost. Like I said before, I feel like Trinity was the one I thought was gonna win. And now that she's not there, I'm like, I really don't know who's gonna win.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as for me, the two Jada and Eureka picking Trinity, it was definitely sad to see, because I was like, the only word that comes to my mind was damn. Like
Damn.
damn. Like I was like, Trinity girl, I need you to make it to at least to the end, and it didn't happen, and it sucks. But I will say the growth, the professionalism, the artist, the performer that you are is forever going to be redeemed, and is forever going to be seen as you being a star in your own right. So, I mean, she's going to do amazing things, and she's going to have multiple crowns coming up. So, it is what it is. But those are the way the cards were laid. That is pretty much the end of the competition. We now have our top four queens. We're about to see who is going to win this season of All Star 6. And now, finally, of course, I have to ask you, who do you think is going to win this season? You had to pick one.
Yeah, like who do I think is gonna win? I don't know, because I think it's just like, usually I can be like, I think someone's gonna win without a problem. Last season I was like, Simone's gonna win. I know Simone's gonna win. Right. This season I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I've been thinking about it. They film different people getting crowned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do they choose the winner? I wonder. That's what I was thinking about the other day. I was like, do they do it based on like, when do they decide who actually won? And like, do they do it based off like the public's reaction? When do they decide? So that had me tripping for a second.
Right.
But if it was my world, Raja wins.
Okay.
Raja wins. But Raja's not going to win, I don't think. So I don't know. She could, but I feel like they're going to give it to Kylie.
Yeah. As far as for me, this season has been so amazing. We know a season is fucking amazing when we don't even know who's going to win at the end of the season. That's when you know, okay, the queens are ready for this. The queens are battling it out, and this is the reason why it's such a good season, because we have no freaking clue. We might have a want to win, but we don't know who's gonna win, like other seasons, right? So it's just like, who I would want to win is Miss Kylie. I would want Miss Kylie to win this, right? But who I think that the judges who Rue might give it to, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I really, because everyone is so good right now. And if I were to pick who Rue might give it to, it's probably going to be between Ginger. I don't know, because I don't know. I can't even answer that question, because I could pick three. It could be between Ginger, Raja, or Kylie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It really all just depends how this last episode goes down, because I'm sure that only 3 queens are going to make it to the, I don't even know how it's going to go down, but however it goes down, I don't look at spoilers. So I want my first reaction and thought when I see it, when I watch the episode. But it's going to be interesting on how it goes down. But also, this is the end of the interview. I have to, let you tell the people what you do, all about you, give the people a little bit more information about you.
Yeah, well, before I do that, can I just I don't know if you're gonna put like a round of applause sound effect, but like, you look beautiful. I just gotta say that. And like, your videos, your content is amazing. And like, even watching with you, I'm like, I just feel like, you know, you're the homegirl that I'm like listening to your opinion and I wanted to talk to you. So like I think it's great that you do the recap. I really do. And like everyone who does it is just gonna be like super happy. So thanks for making our time shine more. I rap, I do music. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I have Instagram. It'll be in the description. I've never done YouTube really. But so thank you for taking my YouTube virginity, Valerie. And let's see who wins and keep doing these videos. I'll keep watching, keep supporting, and thank you so much.
Yes, of course. No, thank you for coming on once again. I totally appreciate it. Obviously, your stuff is going to be linked down in the description box below. So make sure you guys go check them out. But I do want to say this. Me popping your YouTube virginity, it's kind of crazy because you seem like a natural at it. You seem like you're comfortable talking in front of the camera. And I like the way you converse because you know how to segue. Some people don't know how to segue. Some people don't know how to, you know, but I thoroughly enjoy your conversations, and I like how you kept it real, funky, and a little bit of shade. But you know, everyone loves that. And
Jan's not gonna win.
Right. Right, exactly. So yes, again, I hope your career really just launches. I hope people follow you. I hope people listen, and I'll be one of those supporters like always. So thank you again for coming on, sending nothing but love and hearts and, you know, light your way. So yeah, thank you so much, babe. Mwah.
Thank you. Mwah. Ciao.
Bye, babes. Okay, you guys, that is the end of my recap with a subscriber. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys did, because a thumbs up really goes a long way. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and share, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload. Also, you guys, let me know down in the comment section below, who are you rooting for to win this season? I want to know. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions, and I want to know who you think is going to win. Like we said in the recap, we don't even know who's gonna win. That's how we know it's a good season. So yeah, you guys, like always, life is your vision. It is whatever you make it, as long as you make it freaking fabulous. Until the next one, you guys. Bye.